The phenomenal one lies motionless on that cold, unforgiving canvas, his body broken, his spirit tested. And in this moment, as medical personnel rush to his aid, we're witnessing something that goes beyond wins and losses, beyond championships and glory. This is about a warrior who gave everything he had, and a company that might have failed him when he needed them most. What you're about to see will shake you to your core. Before we dive into this absolute travesty, if you care about the men and women who step into that squared circle and risk their lives for our entertainment, I need you to do something for me. I need you to hit that subscribe button right now. Not for me, but for every wrestler who's ever been let down by the system. Join the SLAMZONE family, because we're the ones who tell the truth when nobody else will. Smash that notification bell so you never miss a moment when we expose what's really happening behind the curtain. Your support means everything, and together, we can make sure these stories are heard. Now, let me take you back to where this nightmare began. The air in that arena was electric. You could taste the anticipation. On one side of the ring stood AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, a man who has defied gravity, defied expectations, and defied Father Time himself for over 2 decades. At 47 years old, he's still moving like he's in his 20s, still proving why he's one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. This wasn't just another match for him. This was about proving that the old guard still has what it takes. This was about showing the new generation that experience and heart can overcome youth and size. And across from him, the ring general himself, Gunther. The man mountain from Austria who has decimated everyone put in front of him. The longest reigning intercontinental champion in modern history. A human wrecking machine who doesn't just beat his opponents, he breaks them down piece by piece with those thunderous chops that echo through your soul. When Gunther steps into that ring, he doesn't come to compete. He comes to conquer. He comes to prove that his brand of strong style wrestling is superior to everything else. The bell rings, and immediately you can feel the tension crackling through the atmosphere like lightning before a storm. These two circle each other, eyes locked, neither willing to show even a hint of weakness. The crowd is on their feet, knowing they're about to witness something special. Something brutal. Something unforgettable. AJ makes the first move, quick as a viper, landing a lightning-fast strike combination that would drop most men. But Gunther barely flinches. The ring general absorbs the impact and responds with a chop so vicious it sounds like a gunshot. The entire arena winces in unison as AJ's chest immediately welts up, turning bright red. You can see the pain flash across his face, but the phenomenal one doesn't back down. He fires back with a forearm that staggers the big man. These warriors are trading bombs, and we're only seconds into this war. The pace is relentless. AJ uses his speed, his technical mastery, everything in his arsenal to stay one step ahead. He's targeting Gunther's legs, trying to chop down the giant tree. Drop kicks to the knee. Shin breakers. Low kicks that thud against those massive quads. The strategy is sound because you can't powerbomb what you can't lift, and you can't lift what can't stand. AJ knows this. He's been in the ring with monsters before. He's slain giants. He's climbing the ropes now, the crowd rising with him, and he flies through the air with a picture-perfect crossbody that takes Gunther off his feet. The referee drops for the count. 1, 2, kick out. And not just a kick out, Gunther launches AJ off of him with such force that the phenomenal one goes airborne. The power on display is absolutely frightening, but AJ doesn't give him time to breathe. He's right back on the attack, hitting the ropes, building momentum, going for that phenomenal forearm that has ended countless matches. He springboards off the middle rope, rotating in midair, absolutely perfect form, but Gunther catches him. The ring general catches all 218 pounds of AJ Styles right out of the air and transitions immediately into a devastating powerbomb that shakes the entire ring. The impact is sickening. AJ's body folds on contact, and you can feel the air leave the arena. Gunther's not done. He pulls AJ up by the wrist, the disrespect palpable, and delivers another earth-shattering chop. Then another. Then another. Each one louder than the last. AJ's chest looks like it's been painted crimson. The welts are rising, the skin is breaking, but there's fire in the phenomenal one's eyes. He's been through wars in TNA, in New Japan, in WWE. He's not the kind of man who quits. He's not the kind of warrior who surrenders. With everything he has left, AJ fires up. He's hitting rapid-fire strikes, elbows, forearms, anything to create separation. The crowd is rallying behind him now, chanting his name, willing him to victory. He hits an enzwidgery that drops Gunther to one knee. This is his chance. AJ's backing up, measuring the distance, you can see the wheels turning. He charges forward, going for the Styles Clash, trying to hook those arms, but Gunther's too strong. The ring general powers out, lifting AJ up and over with a back body drop that sends him crashing hard. Both men are down. Both warriors are hurting. The referee starts his count. 1, 2, 3. The tension is unbearable. 4, 5. They're both stirring now, feeding off the energy of 15,000 screaming fans. 6. 7. They're up. They're both up. And they're meeting in the center of the ring, foreheads pressed together, talking trash, and then the fists start flying again. This is where you see the heart. This is where you witness the passion. These aren't just performers going through the motions. These are artists painting a masterpiece with their bodies. Every strike tells a story. Every reversal builds the drama. AJ ducks under a lariat, bounces off the ropes, and connects with a Pele kick that wobbles Gunther. The big man is rocking. AJ senses blood in the water. He's setting up for something big. He's calling for it. The crowd knows what's coming. Styles gets Gunther in position, hooks the arms, and lifts for the Styles clash, but his back gives out. You can see it. The pain shoots through him like electricity. Gunther capitalizes immediately, hooking AJ for a sleeper hold, squeezing the life out of him. AJ's fighting, trying to get to the ropes, his hand reaching, fingers stretching, so close but so far. He's fading. His arm drops once, twice, but before the third drop, he finds something deep inside, some reserve of willpower, and he fights back to his feet. With Gunther still attached to his back, AJ runs backward, crushing the ring general into the corner. The hold breaks. AJ stumbles forward, gasping for air, but he knows he can't stop. Not now. Not when victory is within reach. He turns around and sees Gunther staggering out of the corner. This is it. AJ springs forward with everything he has, going for that phenomenal forearm one more time, launching himself through the air like a human missile. And here's where everything changes. Here's where the nightmare truly begins. Gunther sidesteps at the last possible second, and AJ crashes and burns, landing awkwardly on his shoulder and neck. The sound of the impact makes your stomach turn, but Gunther shows no mercy. He pulls AJ up immediately and delivers the most brutal powerbomb you've ever seen. AJ's body spikes into the canvas with terrifying force. Gunther covers. 1, 2, 3, it's over. But that's not what has everyone talking. That's not why we're here. Because after the match, after Gunther's music hits and he walks away victorious, AJ doesn't get up. The phenomenal one is lying there, clutching his neck, clearly in agony. Medical personnel slide into the ring, and you can see the concern on their faces. This isn't part of the show. This isn't a storyline. This is real. This is a man who might be seriously injured. They're checking his vitals, asking him questions, testing his movement. Minutes pass. The crowd has gone from electric to eerily silent. Everyone in that building knows they might have just witnessed something terrible. AJ eventually gets help to his feet, but he's wobbly, unstable, clearly not okay. They walk him to the back, supporting his weight, and the camera catches a glimpse of his face. The pain etched across it is heartbreaking. Now here's where things get absolutely disgraceful. Here's where WWE showed their true colors. In the days following this match, when fans were desperate for updates, when people who have supported AJ for years wanted to know if their hero was okay, WWE gave us nothing. Radio silence. No official statement. No health update. No acknowledgement that one of their biggest stars might be seriously hurt. Just business as usual. Move on to the next storyline. Promote the next show. Pretend like nothing happened. And if you're thinking I'm being too harsh, let me ask you something. If this was one of their golden boys, if this was someone they were actively pushing for WrestleMania, would the response be the same? Would they leave fans in the dark? Or would there be press releases, updates on social media, reassurances that everything was being done to ensure their recovery? You know the answer. We all know the answer. This is a man who has given WWE some of the greatest matches in company history. AJ Styles vs. John Cena. AJ Styles vs. Roman Reigns. AJ Styles vs. Daniel Bryan. Classics that will be watched for generations. And when he's potentially seriously hurt, the company can't even be bothered to acknowledge it publicly? That's not just bad business. That's a betrayal of loyalty. But here's what really gets me. Here's what makes my blood boil. AJ Styles is 47 years old. He's been wrestling professionally for 25 years. His body has absorbed more punishment than most people could imagine. Every dive, every bump, every impact adds up. The wear and tear is real. The chronic pain is real. And at this stage of his career, every match could potentially be his last. Not because he wants it to be, but because the human body can only take so much. So when WWE books him in these absolute wars with guys like Gunther, guys who work a stiff, physical style, there needs to be a responsibility that comes with that. There needs to be an understanding that veteran wrestlers need to be protected, not just thrown into the meat grinder for a good match rating. And when something goes wrong, when someone gets hurt, there needs to be accountability and transparency. The wrestling community rallied around AJ. Fans flooded social media with messages of support. Fellow wrestlers, both past and present, sent their well wishes. Everyone except the company he works for seemed to care about his well-being. That silence spoke volumes about how WWE views their performers. Not as human beings with families and futures, but as assets to be used up and discarded when they're no longer profitable. If you're still watching and this story has affected you the way it's affected me, I need you to do something. Hit that like button to show WWE that we care about these wrestlers even when they don't. Share this video. Let's make enough noise that they can't ignore us anymore. Let's demand better for the men and women who sacrifice their bodies for our entertainment. Comment below with your thoughts, your messages of support for AJ, and let's build a community that actually gives a damn. This industry has a dark history of treating veterans poorly. We've seen it time and time again. Wrestlers who gave everything end up broken and forgotten, and it's our responsibility as fans to say enough is enough. To demand that companies take care of the people who built their empires. AJ Styles deserves better. Every wrestler deserves better. The latest reports suggest AJ is dealing with significant neck and shoulder injuries. The exact severity isn't public because, of course, WWE won't tell us. But sources close to the situation indicate he's undergoing treatment and evaluation. The fear is that this could be career-threatening. The fear is that we might have seen the Phenomenal One's last match, and we didn't even know it at the time. Think about that for a moment. A career spanning multiple continents, multiple decades, hundreds of classic matches, potentially ending not with a proper send-off, not with the celebration he deserves, but with an awkward landing in corporate indifference. That's not how legends should go out. That's not how you treat someone who helped put your company on the map. And to Gunther's credit, by all accounts, he's been checking on AJ regularly. He's shown more concern than the entire WWE public relations department. That tells you everything you need to know about the culture in that locker room versus the culture in the front office. The wrestlers look out for each other because they understand the risks. They understand the sacrifice. Meanwhile, the suits are worried about stock prices and television deals. This moment, this situation, is bigger than one match or one injury. It's a reflection of everything wrong with how wrestling companies treat their talent. The carnies running the show don't care about long-term health. They care about short-term profits. And until we as fans collectively demand change, nothing will change. We have to vote with our wallets, with our viewership, with our voices. So here's my challenge to everyone watching this. Don't let this story fade away. Don't let WWE sweep it under the rug like they want to. Keep talking about it. Keep demanding updates. Keep showing support for AJ Styles and every other wrestler who's been failed by this system. Subscribe to SLAMZONE because we're going to keep covering these stories that matter, the ones that get ignored by corporate media. We're going to keep fighting for accountability. The Phenomenal One deserves to walk away from this business on his own terms, healthy and whole, ready to enjoy his retirement with his family. He's earned that right 1,000 times over. And if this injury forces him out prematurely, WWE better step up and take care of him for the rest of his life. It's the absolute least they can do after everything he's given them. What happened in that ring was brutal but beautiful in the way only professional wrestling can be. Two masters of their craft pushing each other to the absolute limit. But what happened afterward? That was just brutal. No beauty. No honor. Just a corporation showing its true face when nobody's looking. Well, we're looking now. We're paying attention. And we're not going to forget. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. Hit that subscribe button, join the SLAMZONE family, and let's continue fighting for what's right in this business we all love. Until next time, stay phenomenal.